Hello, Buddhas. Today we are starting with a kitty cameo. Look at this cutie pie because we are talking about how to manifest someone to love you as much as this kitty loved me. Now, Buddhas, before we get started, remember to hit that like button, that subscribe button, that bell notification, and go down into the comments section and check out the playlist I've got with over 150 Buddha Billionaire videos that you can binge watch to accelerate your kitty awakening. Now, you want to go down? Okay. How do you manifest somebody to like you? TLDR, give up, stop watching this video, go do something productive with your life, and it'll just happen. I'm waiting. Go away. But if you're still here because you're desperate to try and figure out how to do this, how do I use the law of attraction to make somebody love me? Buddhas. It's called clickbait. I'm looking at myself in the camera, but I'm going to look now into your eyes directly. It's clickbait. That's it. Stop it. You've been lied to. Now that you know the truth, let me explain why I'm taking such a specific and hardline stance on trying to get somebody to love you. Can't be done. And the reason that I say that is because do you really want to base a relationship on planet Earth? Okay, let's just say it's a planet Earth-based relationship, whatever you identify as and whatever you're interested in, that relationship between two consenting adults. Do you really want to base that on control? Do you really want to base that on you being some omnipotent being that has roped somebody into being your slave for the rest of their life? I want you to sit with that for a minute, and I want you to think about it, because I have made this mistake unintentionally, and I'm trying to now help anyone who may be going down that route. So, how to get somebody to like you, love you, live with you, sleep with you, whatever you want to try and manifest? Well, stop trying. Again, I'm realizing that the irony is I'm making this video in a bit of a ranty, kind of like stop trying to use the law of attraction to hurt and coerce and to control anybody's lives, etc. kind of video, and also to make the clickbaitiness so that I can get views for it. But at the same time, the real message here is actually completely and utterly valid and true. What you can do to get someone to love you is to stop trying to make it happen. And this took me years. I wish I could go back to Alex in high school, slap him across the face a couple times and say, look kid, give up on all these fantasies that you have because you're a teenager and that's totally normal. Focus on you. Become the best you that you can. Love yourself, which I did not for a very long time, Buddhas. That is kind of the point of this. When you don't love yourself, nobody will actually love you. You may have interactions with people. You may have moments with people. You may have beautiful times with people. But if you do not love yourself, ultimately it's going to fall apart. And when you love yourself, truly and ultimately, that is when you become the honeypot and the bees and the bears and everything just comes and it's like, hey man, we want to hang out. We love to be around you because you love yourself so much and people can't even explain it. 99% of the population isn't going to watch these kinds of videos. 99.9999999? How many is a billion? It's a lot. And there's 8 billion beings of human on this instance of planet Earth. Yes, it's a server. And in that essence, if you're trying to go out there and use your fancy mind powers to be like, I'm going to make somebody fall in love with me, la 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 la, you are causing problems. You are actually hurting yourself. It may succeed. That's the real kicker in all of this, Buddhas. It may work. But at the end of the day, Buddhas, is that what you want to build a relationship on? Yeah, honey, so welcome to the wedding vows section of the ceremony. This is all orchestrated and intended because I use some funky mind powers to try and control your brain in order to make you come here. And now that I did that, how do you feel? Right? Here's what you do instead, for all of you that actually stuck around. You allow... I'm going to use myself as an example. I'm a 27-year-old male. I'm interested in dating a female around that same age group, preferably close by so that I don't have to have major time differences in travel, especially considering that it's still 2021 and there's silliness going on in the world. But let's just say, in my city, female, professional like myself, I'm looking to attract that into my life, 100%. And here's what I actually do. I go on Tinder. I swipe around. I would normally try to go to bars, but that's an awkward situation at the moment, so I haven't really ventured out to do that yet this spring, but it's patio season soon, so we're going to intend to do some of that. You go out and you actually meet people. You go out and you actually talk to people. You can visualize and you can intend to have a beautiful, loving relationship with a being and to be in those states, but it can't be trying to focus in on a specific person, because what you're ultimately doing as well by doing that is sending out a bunch of energy to someone that may not be interested in reciprocating it. And let's assume that they're completely asleep and have no idea what you're doing. Well, in essence, what you're doing is just sending energy to them and they have no idea, so it doesn't matter. And or they may just have a dream about you and then just not care because they're like, why did I dream about him? Man. What you can do, though, is generally send out that energy to be like, I love, and I'm attracting that love, and I desire to be surrounded by that love, and my intention is to be in a loving relationship. But it's a faceless relationship, Buddhas. It's not someone who you know. It's not someone who you're trying to control. It's someone that you're trying to allow. And then imagine that conversation in a couple of years from now, being like, hey, honey, so when I really started getting into this law of attraction stuff, I dreamed about, I desired greatly, I meditated, I manifested the idea of being in a beautiful, loving relationship with someone, and then you showed up in this weird, crazy scenario, and I have no idea how that happened, and then we met, and we talked, and we had coffee, and we had a great time, and now we're here, and we have kids, etc., and blah, blah, blah. That is so much more beautiful than saying, yeah, I totally tried to control your life and make you my slave. So, Buddhas, before this gets kind of crazy, and we're around the 8-minute mark so we can monetize this video, the most important thing here is what I say in every single video. You have to love yourself. You have to put you into that relationship. You have to be in the state of being in a loving relationship. And you can design that. You can focus on that. You can allow the meditation, the manifestation, the visualization, the feeling, the saturation, the seed planting to be centered around yourself and to be in a loving and beautiful environment. Yes, please do that. Allow that to happen. Be that version of yourself. And in doing so, and learning to love yourself more and being more powerful and magnetic and charismatic, you're naturally going to attract the people that are meant to be with you. And then allow the bridge of incidents, as Neville Goddard would put it, allow the events to unfold that bring you to those future dates, those future times, that future essence of yourself. And allow the time to happen, allow the germination, allow the seed to actually bloom. Don't just plant the corn and dig it up tomorrow because you're hungry. You gotta let the stalk rise, you gotta let the fruit actually come out. And Buddhas, at the end of the day, remember the most important thing in this is to love yourself.